The boys are back. Smiles on everyone's faces. Great to see. Another good week of betting. I think we all did pretty well. We're all happy. But before we review last week's bets, lads, how are we? Tag, nice to have you on a couple of times in a row now. Nice to see the consistency coming from old Tagger.
You know me, mate. I'm a busy guy, but the house move's all done. Goal is fully flowing. Very happy where we're at with that now. So I've got a lot of stuff done and available for the punt when I can be. Back to back. It's a pleasure, lads. And because I've won, because the Tag's Treble's come in for the first time, I've got to show my face, as you know.
Bish, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, it's like you said, we're well into it now. We're making some good cash. So close to another touchdown treble landing as well. Just Godwin stole the show, but I think confidence is flying. We're looking good.
Brilliant. Well, we'll get into we'll quickly review because we had a lot of close calls as well as you said. The London game, I let you down a bit, lads. Swift hit. He got his touchdown, and then Kirk, I think, got 38 or 39 receiving yards. So I was close, but no cigar on that one. But pretty close. It got us started on the Sunday, didn't it? Full day of games and a close one just to get the blood flowing for the rest of the day. But Tag, take us through your treble and how well you did.
Yeah, it was the first one, obviously, to get up. We had the overs points. I think that was the only one that might have been a push for some people. We're reviewing my last one at one or the new one?
Oh, is that the new one? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Sorry, pal. Yeah, last one that won.
Yeah, get it up.
There we go. Wrong one. There we go.
Yeah. So Detroit's money line, but yeah, we should have done -30. We would have made millions, but I think that was never in doubt, and it was all going on that one. The Cardinals Packers, when we put the show on, it was over 47, but a few hours later, when obviously I went to put it on myself, it was actually 46.5. So I got the full treble in. I think most people should have done that. If it was 47, there was 47 points, so would have been a push in most places. And the Bucks, they went 17-0 up, then they went behind, and they ended up winning by about 10-14. That coming comfortable. So a really good treble up. Even if you got the push, you still made good money on the double. So yeah, very happy to get the first Tag treble up of the year.
Brilliant. Bish, quickly on yours.
Yeah, I'm still short of the full house, but we got the 2 out of 3 on the best bets. Pollard, longest rush, that came in. We got 23 yards on that, which was very nice. Eckler, well, that's the standard layup every week now. That came in. He had 2 massive big catches, so that I think he got 40 plus on the day. And then the one that let us down was Dak. The Cowboys fell apart there. It looked good, sort of first quarter, and then the next 3 weren't very good. So yeah, that one fell apart. And then the touchdown treble as well. AJ Brown coming pretty easy, that one. So 4 out of 5 on the day. Just missed that for the treble, for the 3 out of 3 on the treble. But yeah, looking good. Hopefully we can continue.
Brilliant. Yeah, on my touchdown treble, obviously Justin Fields ended up having 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns. I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. A pretty good game, and he's ended up getting benched from having a pretty impressive win. So worked that one out. I need to not click today's ones, actually. I keep getting mixed up. I had the Colts and Tennessee under 43 and a Richardson touchdown. Well, if you did follow me on this, the Richardson touchdown got scratched, so you just got the win on the Colts and Tennessee on the unders. So not as big of a win as we wanted it to be, but you know what? We take the wins when we get them. I got the Pittsburgh -3 and over against the Raiders. The Raiders, I just thought was shot. Obviously, there's a lot going on. Obviously, the trades that are happening, Max Crosby didn't play, so I thought it was a banker. And Pittsburgh and Justin Fields ended up getting quite a few points there. And then my one that didn't come off was the bet boost. Diggs, Dell, both over Schultz. not quite, but I'll take the close call. So yeah, good result, lads. All did pretty well. All very happy. So let's bring that energy into next week. So Bish, start us off.
So first one up is AJ Brown over 69.5 receiving yards. And have a look at this line. It's all over the place with different bookies. So if you can browse, have a look. It was 70.5 at a lesser price yesterday. And I had a look and found it a bit cheaper. So have a look. But yeah, AJ Brown coming in. He had a hamstring injury after week 1. He's played 2 games this year. Week 1, he rattled off 119 yards against the Packers. And then last week, 116 against the Browns. The Browns actually played him man-on-man, which was game over. You know, he had a lovely touchdown, deep ball that he scored. And he's coming up against the Giants. The Giants have given up this line to in the last 4 games to at least 1 receiver from each team. So the 4 they've come up against are the Bengals, the Seahawks, and the Cowboys, which you'd expect. But even the Browns, they gave this up, and we know how bad the Browns have been. This game, for me, it's the Saquon revenge game. It's all about Saquon. I think the Giants will do what they can to try and bottle him up. And if at any point AJ Brown's one-on-one on the outside, it's game over. So I think we rattle this one off quite comfortably.
I like it. Tag, what are your thoughts?
Love it. Yeah, I think this game. I like the Eagles in this game. I like the Barkley. I know they'll try bottling up, but he'll know what they're about. I love the AJ Brown one. I think they're going to be myself. I'm even looking at maybe a little game treble and taking Eagles the handicap. Barkley overs and Brown overs. I like this game for the Eagles. I think they're going to blow the Jack. We're waiting for the Eagles to really kick into gear, and I think this could be the week.
Like it. I'll take you through my first one. It's not fully out yet because the receiving line isn't out for Xavier Legette, but I'm taking the Panthers +8. Don't think they'll beat the Commanders, but I think +8 for the line. Commanders' defense is pretty bad. They held the who did they play last week again? My brain's thing. They held the Baltimore Ravens pretty well for that first quarter and a bit. Everyone were worried about because I think everyone in the world picked the overs on that game, and then it just exploded as it normally does. So I think the Panthers, they've got an incredible offensive line. I think they can not go toe for toe, but I think they can get some points here. And I think it's going to be closer than everyone thinks. So I'm taking the +8. I'm taking a touchdown all day of the week. And I think they're going to start feeding Legette. I'm hearing more and more reports. He's their rookie wide receiver. He's been playing good. He's been getting his touchdowns the last 2 weeks. He's been getting his receptions, hasn't had quite the receiving yardage yet, but I think they're going to start feeding him. They're going to start looking to next year. They know this year's a write-up. They've got a couple of players in there, including Legette, that's shown flashes of brilliance. So I think here we go. Let's all get on the Xavier Legette train and, nice little double to start off the week.
Like it. Look, Red Rifle throws the ball. Throws it. I think we'll see more bets to do with that game soon. I think Bish has someone involved in that, but that'll be the big one. Will they get?
I think I've lost you.
Tag, your sound's gone quick.
Yeah.
And we're back. Sound issues sorted. Me and Bish over the years have had plenty of them. We're back in action. Tag, what were your thoughts on my bet?
It's because they were sick of hearing me talk already. I'm back. Like the bet, mate. I think the Panthers +8 is the one. Red Rifle chucks the ball about. I reckon the overs is there on Legette, but we'll see how good Jaden Daniels is. It's just, can the Panthers keep up? I think it's going to be a bit of a score fest, and I think it'll be a good game. And I think the overs are a great shot, mate. It's just that +8 for me.
Okay. Bish, what's your second bet?
Bet number 2, it's Justin Jefferson over 91.5 receiving yards. And it's a big line, but he's a big player. And it's a massive game. The Vikings versus the Lions. The Vikings still one of 2 unbeaten teams, but it's a massive game atop of the NFC North. Coming into it, they both have top 5 scoring. They're both top 5 scorers in the league. Both have top 3 run defenses, but where the matchup or where both teams struggle is defending the pass. The Lions are the 6th worst, the Vikings are the 3rd worst, and the bookies, I think the line's over 50.5. So we're expecting points. We're expecting a lot of big players, and I think that this is where the Justin Jefferson and the line comes in. The Lions have given up this in 3 out of 5 games, this line, and last week CD was at 89. I think a bit more competent play from Dak and the Cowboys. He gets over 90 meters quite comfortably, 90 yards quite comfortably. JJ is not really needed to do it much. He's only hit it twice this year. 2 games he was in the 80s. Aaron Jones has been very good for him on the floor, on the ground. The London game where he came out injured, then JJ stepped up. He had over 100 yards. So Aaron Jones back, but as I've said, the Lions defense is very good against the run. I think this is a Sam Darnold game in the air. And add to that, last week, Aiden Hutchinson unfortunately had a pretty severe injury, lower leg injury. He's out for the year. He was massive for the Lions pass rush. So if we give Darnold a little bit more time, JJ against that secondary, I think he carves them up. And the more points, the better for us, I think. So yeah, Justin Jefferson, I think he has a massive game and reaches this line.
Like it, mate. I've got this game involved in my treble. I really looked into this game last night. I think it's going to be a shootout, and I like this a lot. I think Justin's in for a big game.
Like it, lads. My next bet, my second bet, I'm coining it the rushing game. I could have spent more time to think of a bit more inventive name there, but we'll go as it is. It's a treble I've made, and it's, as you can guess, all rushing overs. It's in the Seahawks in the Atlanta game, and I was surprised about this. Tyler Algier over 38.5 rushing yards. I think that's extremely low based on what we saw last week. He's getting more and more involved in that offense every week. They've realised, as we knew 2 years ago, Bish, he's an extremely good running back, and he's back in for loyal supporters. I don't know how many viewers we had back then, Bish, but for people who stuck by us these 2 years, they'll know this is a one close to our heart. So we've got Tyler Algier over 38.5, B. John over 64.5. The Seahawks, the last 3 weeks, have just not been able to stop the run. They actually had a pretty good start to the year, but stopping the run. But last 3 weeks, it's just fully opened up, and I think that both Atlanta running backs and the offensive line's that good that they'll have an easy day running the ball this week. And then I've got Kenneth Walker over 65.5 rushing yards. The one major issue of the Falcons defense, again, stopping the run. I think it's not going to be great. It's not going to be great for the red zone. It's not going to be great for the viewer. But if you were better, get on this and see plenty of runs, hopefully, on your bet line going up and up.
Love it. Again, another sort of game. I think it's going to be pretty high scoring, and we've seen the quality of these guys. 15-2 for that sort of value. I think it's a nice little pick you've done there, Joe.
Appreciate that tag. Always nice to have the support. Bish, take us through your last bet.
Everyone should know what it is. Everyone should know. Bet free. I've got to get him back in there. It is the man, Austin Eckler. He delivers week in, week out. All 5 games he's hit. 4 is hit for us. And just to show I'm not just picking this blind, the Panthers have given away 27 yards to running backs in the past game in 4 out of the 6 games that they've played. The 2 that they didn't, one involved the Chargers, was J.K. Dobbins. He's not a pass catching back. And surprisingly for me, last week, they played the Falcons, and with a combined Bijan and Tyler Algier, they only gave up 13 yards. So that was an interesting one. But again, as we've said on this, I'm smashing this line up to 30 points, 30 yards, sorry. I think he'll be much lower as he has been all season. The only drawback is Brian Robinson's back, which I think works in our favour because now he's just back to a pass-catching back. He'll be off the field, a bit more rested, so a bit fresher when he gets involved. If anything, I think the bookies might see that as a disadvantage to him, so his line might drop a little bit. But yeah, what can I say? Copy, rinse, and repeat. Really, same every week. Austin Eckler's the man.
I like it. Yeah.
Mic drop.
Not much to analyse there. Let's just keep it going. It's worked every week so far, so we're not changing that one. And then my final one, lads, the typical Bet365 bet boost. It comes up obviously as it gets boosted. It gives you the option. Go pick this one. For me, it's similar to what I've done the last couple of weeks. It's Amon-Ra 50 plus, Jameson Williams 50 plus, Montgomery 50 plus, Jahmyr Gibbs 50 plus. All three of us are all over this game. Let's hammer it. Let's make loads of money because there's going to be a load of points. There's going to be a load of action, and I can see all of these coming off. Obviously, if I go into it individually, Amon-Ra's had a bit of a quieter season, but as you analyse, Bish, both teams' cornerback corps are probably the worst aspect of the defence. I think Amon-Ra's going to have a big game for Detroit to go toe-for-toe here with Minnesota, and it is a rivalry game. You've got Williams, who's just been playing phenomenal, and he does this in one catch. If he gets clear, he does this in one. So let's hope a big play for Williams. And Montgomery and Gibbs. Yes, the rushing. Yes, they've been great at stopping the rush, but these two are the premier running back corps in the league, and I think both of them get this line. I think it'll be close, but I think they both get 50 plus. Jahmyr Gibbs does a lot of the early stuff to get them down the field. Montgomery will just, if it is a high score, he will just chick along them red zone touches and keep getting them 5 to 10 yards in the red zone, I think. So that's the bit I'm nervous about, but I think all the receiving yards should be easy. Let's hope the running backs have a good day as well.
Yeah, I like it. I think Vikings bring a lot of blitz and a lot of schemes, but if you get past that pass rush, they're very vulnerable. So I think the passing yards are there. My only one would be Gibbs, but I think he can get that. You know, Montgomery's been great this year. He's got a new contract as well, so you know they're obviously trusting him a bit more. But yeah, I think it's just Gibbs for me.
Yeah, agree.
Okay, I'll take that, lads. Well, we're on. Tagger, it's your time. You've hit 3 out of 3 last week. Take us through and let's hit another Tags Treble.
We're on, lads. We're getting some momentum. I think we're about 6-1 on this. I've got the first one, I've got Bengals v Browns over 41.5. For me, I just think that's a bit low. The Browns defense isn't sort of doing what he did last year. Joe Burrow is throwing the ball brilliantly at the minute. Jamar Chase back to his old self. And Deshaun, we know he can create and he can make errors. I just think over 41.5 is pretty much a banker for me. I like that. The Lions to win from scratch. I had them last week. I just think that game against Minnesota is a bit of a coin flip. I think the Fat Lions are underdogs and better than double money on their own. I think there's good value there. I think it's going to be a shootout. But Lions offensively at the minute just look unbelievable. They're dialed in under Reynolds, the coordinator, and I think the Vikings, they might score quite a few. No Hutchinson, but it's going to be a massive shootout, and I think the Lions will come out on top on that. I just think the value's there. And then Falcons -3. The Seahawks, I'm just not in on the Seahawks. I think defensively they're pretty poor. I think every time they play a tough team, they lose, and it's never really in doubt. They're never that much in the game. I just think the Falcons -3 with King Kirk, Captain Kirk at the ship, throwing it around -3. I think the Falcons win by a touchdown. I think the Falcons have been pretty good this year. They've lost a couple of close games. They're still 3-2. I think they are. 6-1, nice little treble. I'm going to go 2-2, lads.
I like it. I like the confidence. I think for me, the only stickler for me is the Browns. You know, all them points I think are going to have to, a large chunk is going to have to come from the Bengals. I think the Browns have not touched 20 points this year. They've just lost the number 1 wide receiver as well in Amari Cooper. So, but Joe Burrow and you know the weapons he's got are more than capable of putting up 30 points quite comfortably. So, Lions, like I think you've described that perfectly. It's a shootout, could go either way, and yeah, I'm not. The Seahawks have seemed to flatter to deceive early, and now we're seeing the true Seahawks. They're all over the place. So yeah, I'm liking it 6-1. It's a great price.
Let's have it. Tag 2 in a row. I like it. Well, we've got the 2 next, lads. We'll cover the London game to finish off, but we've got the touchdown treble. Take us through your pick each.
So straight up, I've got Deontay Johnson for the Panthers. I think you've spoke on this game about the Commanders. We could see some points there, and since Andy Dalton stepped in week 3, Deontay Johnson leads the league in end zone targets. Sorry, and he's actually scored in 3 of those 4 games. So he's a good weapon, and in a game that we expect points, hopefully he can find the end zone.
Yeah, I picked Tyler Algier. Like I said, all over Tyler. I think they're finally using how he should. Last year it went away. They tried to use Bijan. I think they tried to compensate on the year before and use Bijan a bit too much. Algier is an 1,000 rusher, and in the red zone, he's a small but stocky, tough runner. And I think he punches his way into a game that I think we've all had a little dabble on and think it's going to be a good win for the Falcons.
I went Amari Cooper. He's only had a week to learn the offense, but look, Josh Allen is spraying that ball everywhere this year, throwing the ball really well, and he hadn't had that wide receiver 1. He's got him now. Amari Cooper, a bit of a post as well after he did the trade about not rusting and don't stay put and get moving. I think they're going to put on a show, and I'm all in on that show. I think the value of Amari Cooper, get him in there. He's going to get open at some point, and Joshy Boy is going to be running around in the pocket. Amari's going to get open. It's going to be nice and early. We're in.
20-1. Let's have some. If it comes in, lads, we're meeting up in Leeds and we're having a big night out.
The Macarena are on.
Lads, it's the London game. Is it the last one? We've got one more. We've got the Berlin game, haven't we, or wherever it is in Germany? But the last London game. Let's finish on a high. We've been very, very close, 2 out of 3. Well, both times, haven't we? I think we've missed one on both, and both very closely. So let's have it. It's the NFL London game. Take us through your picks.
We get the best games over here, don't we? Both teams 1 and 5.
I'll go first because mine's up there first. I've gone the overs on this. They've all been pretty high-scoring games in London. I think the Jags are going to win this game. T-Law's got a point to prove. He's got a very good wide receiver because he's going to throw the ball. We've seen Drake May last week. He can throw the ball. I just think there's going to be points. I think the Jags will win, but I think there's going to be points, and I think that's a bit more safer. So I've gone the overs on the points as my part of this selection.
Yeah, I'm backing that. Jags' worst team against the pass this year. Drake May stepped in last week, threw the ball around 243 yards. So within that, Demario Douglas, he saw 9 targets, caught 6 of them. Is the number 1 target for Demario Douglas. And just game script, I think the Jags have been there. This will be their 2nd week in London. They're accustomed to it. They should start fast. The Patriots straight off the plane, I believe, Friday. And they've been outscored in the first quarter all season as a combined 37-14. So I think they'll be playing from behind. Drake May sprays it about, finds Demario Douglas, and we hit the overs.
Like it, yeah. I'll tell you now, Gabe Davis's line has been put up. It's at 32.5. Just sillily low for me. He's hit that 4 out of 6 weeks, and he's only been getting better in them last couple of weeks. He's obviously had 2 touchdowns, big game last week, 5 receptions, 45 yards. I just think, 32.5 is really low. He had 38 the week before, had his one really bad week after that, but first game of the week, 62, 43. I think this is extremely low in a game where, like you said, both teams are going to be able to chuck it around. Both defenses are flattered to deceive, and there's going to be a lot of points. And these receivers, hopefully, are going to do very well on the back of it.
Nice.
Come on.
19-4.
The last one.
London calling.
if they all come off, lads, we're having a big week. So yeah, let's have some fun. Let's hope we all do well like we did last week. I think we're all up on the year now. We're all having our fun. Bish, give us your final take.
No, good, yeah. So we just run through them for the shorts.
Oh yeah.
I'll just say as well, thank you for our subscribers and those who are liking, and we're getting the WhatsApp messages. People are jumping on and celebrating on a Sunday night. So yeah, keep them coming, and get your bets in the comments as well. We want to see what you're doing. We love to jump on them as well. But yeah, as again, please like, subscribe, forward it to your friends, and because we're spanking the bookies at the minute.
Right, takes from the top, Bish.
So bet 1 is AJ Brown over 69.5 receiving yards. Bet 2 is Justin Jefferson over 91.5 receiving yards. And bet 3 is Austin Eckler overs on his receiving yards line.
Take you through mine quick. I've got the Carolina Panthers +8 against the Washington Commanders. I'm going a bit risky, lads, and I've got Leggett in the over receiving yards. Once it comes out, I'm taking him whatever because I think he's going to have a big game against the bad Commanders defense. I've got the rushing. I should have thought of a better name. The rushing treble. I've got Tyler Algier over 38.5 rushing yards. Bijan Robinson over 64.5 rushing yards, and Kenneth Walker over 65.5 rushing yards. Come on, the running backs, and then the Bet365 bet boost of the week. A bit of a risky one, but we're taking Amon-Ra 50+, Williams 50+, and then Montgomery and Gibbs on the Detroit running backs, both to get 50+ rushing yards. It's a rough one, but there's big odds. And I think, yeah, if you take it and follow us, it's going to be a big scoring game. Go have it. Tag.
We're on. This week's Tags Treble. We've got the Bengals v Browns over 41.5 points. We've got the Lions from scratch to beat the Vikings. And we've got the Falcons to beat the Seahawks with the handicap -3. That treble pays around 6-1.
And then Bish, should take us through our London game for this week?
Yeah, the London game. So Tag's gone with the overs on the points, over 42 points. I've got Demario Douglas over 47.5 receiving yards. And Joe has got Gabe Davis over on his receiving line, which I believe is 32.5. And that's coming in at 19-4 there.
Come on, and Tag takes through the touchdown treble.
The touchdown treble, one let us down last week, my fault, but the touchdown treble this week is Bish has gone for Deontay Johnson for the Panthers, Joe's gone for Tyler Algier for the Falcons, and I'm rolling in Amari Cooper, first game for the Bills, 15-1. Let's go.
Oh, big odds all around, lads. Let's have our fun. And yeah, please like, share, subscribe. We've gone big this week. Confidence maybe a little too high on my regard because I've been lucky, but for you lads, go have your fun, follow these lads, and yeah, let's make some money.
Enjoy the week.
Yes.